Hello, 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 Taurus. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. How you feeling? How you doing? I love you guys. How are you doing? Good morning. Let's get into it, my beautiful Tauruses. I'm not going to hold you long. I love you guys. Hello, new viewers, cross watchers. Come on in, take what resonates, reverse the roles. How they fit in your life, okay? Let's get into it. Ooh, ouch. That hurt. Mm. I scratched my nose, and I was rubbing my nose in the ring, scratch my nose a little bit. Spirit guys, give me clarity, understanding. This is for Taurus, Spirit. Let's see what's your energy, Taurus. Let's see what's in your energy. Hope you all had a very beautiful weekend. Let's see what's in your energy. Reflection. Some of you are having some reflection on something. Okay, you're looking in the mirror, you're reflecting back. Some of you could be going through some shadow work. Okay, you're in comfort. Okay, I like that. I like that color pink. Pink could be your favorite color. Pink is also meaning that uh, I feel like that pink is a healing color. Okay, that's the healing. That's when you know you're healed. Some of you have done a lot of shadow work, a lot of reflecting, a lot of shadow work. A lot of you have healed yourself uh, by doing the shadow work in your life, because that pink is comfort. Okay, that's healing. Yeah, you have gotten your confidence back. Congratulations, Taurus. You have gotten your smile back. You've gotten your confidence back. You have healed from a lot of shadow work. Okay, you are indeed protected. Protection lens is what Spirit is telling me. Yes, your how you see yourself, the lens of yourself, the reflection of yourself, how you see yourself is protected. Okay, it's like you have, just like you have that protection coating over your glasses. That's where Spirit has protected you now. That it is that you're keeping that confidence, that smile. Okay, you have done a lot of healing. You've done a lot of growth. Okay, you also are headed in the right direction. Okay, right direction. You're moving forward with confidence. Okay, green is very significant. I like that, Taurus. You're moving ahead with confidence. A lot of beautiful things. You just headed in the right direction. Okay, let's see what else is in the energy for you. So you had, whoever you are, if you was working on shadow work, you have healed. You have healed. You feel the difference, don't you? I don't know who I'm talking to, but you feel the difference. Your confidence, your smile. You have really healed your shadow work, and it was hard. But yeah, you are definitely protected now, baby. You are good. Okay, self identity. Yes. Yes, Taurus, self identity. My God. Yes, self awareness, self worth, identity, acknowledging and affirm your true identity to rebuild to build your self worth. You had to do some shadow work. You had to, look at that. You had to learn your identity, get your identity back. And look at you now. You did a lot of reflection. A lot of reflection. You did a lot of growing. You did a lot of healing. Oh my goodness. And that smile. Ooh, angel. Ooh, angel. You are an angel. That smile, baby. That smile. You are moving forward. Spirit God, okay. Spirit God said, I'm giving you the green light. You passed the shadow work. You passed the shadow work. Spirit God's giving you the green light. Yes, put in that. If you have done a lot of shadow work and it hasn't been easy, you had to get your identity back. You had to find yourself again, self-awareness, self-worth. Put in that comment a green light, a green heart, a green sign, something green in the comment, because spirit guides have given you the green light that you did it. Okay, that you finally got your identity back. You got yourself back, your confidence back after being torn down, after being mishandled, okay? After being mishandled, self identity. You know, we don't realize when we in as we go through life, when we're in relationships or whatever it might be, that you lose your identity, right? You really lose your identity because you pour all yourself into other people or into another person, and then you lose all of you. And so you had to do a lot of building up, a lot of reflection, a lot of shadow work. Some of you had to do the shadow book work. There's a shadow book work out there, and that book is very intense. But you have healed, because anytime you say pink, pink is a healing color. Pink is a comfort healing color, and you healed yourself. You have gotten your identity back. You know who you are. You are self-aware. You have boundaries. You set boundaries. You stand up with a beautiful posture. You don't look down on the ground anymore. You look up with your chin up and your chest out. You know you are an empress, okay, or emperor. You have really did a lot of reflection on yourself, a lot of man in the mirror. Yeah, the man in the mirror by Michael Jackson. Tell me more, Spirit. Oops. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this. Okay, I'm back. So the card that fell down was inner voice. You've gotten your voice back. You've gotten your voice back, because a lot of times when you're in relationships or as you grew up, some people didn't, in your childhood, you did not have a voice, okay, and you grew up and you wouldn't never speak your opinion. You allowed other people to say what they want to say, and downplay what you said. What you said wasn't important. And so not only did you learn through your shadow work, but you also learned your inner voice to get your voice back. Your voice is a part of your identity. That means that you're speaking up for yourself. You know who you are. You're setting boundaries. You're not letting anyone try to overtalk you and try to throw any passive aggressive things towards you. You got your voice back, not only your voice but your identity. And it says, listen to your inner voice for clear and authentic guidance of self-expressions. Yeah, learning how to express yourself, learning how to feel and say what you say, whatever's on your mind, say it. Learning how to not hold things in and suppress a lot of feelings, and learning how to be outspoken and learning how to speak your truth. It's what Spirit is saying, Taurus. Learning how to speak your truth. So you did a lot of shadow work, a lot of growing. You got the green light. You got your voice back. You got your identity. You are definitely you really talk with confidence. You should be proud of yourself. Whoever you are, you should be really proud of yourself. Self-identity, reflection of yourself. You have learned a lot about yourself. You are now protecting that. You're no longer letting anyone come in and contaminate what you have built. You have built your identity back. Spirit guys, give me one more card for this, for Taurus. Thank you. Spiritual purification. Yes, spiritual purification. Look at there. Spiritual purification. Purify your spirit to clear inner impurities and achieve clarity. Purification, clarity, and cleansing. Yeah, you had to do a lot of cleansing, a lot of shadow work, a lot of you end up you went through a spiritual purification. It's like where someone has torn you down, even from childhood into adulthood, where someone has torn you down, has contaminated you, made you feel less than, made you feel you wasn't worthy of something, made you feel this, made you feel that. Spirit guides, God had to put you through a spiritual purification, had to wash your soul out clean, and get all of that contaminated what people have put into your head, and had to do a spiritual purification in your consciousness, in your mind, and get all of those things out of your head, that those bad relationships was making you feel about yourself, that you wasn't worthy, that you wasn't this, and that nobody loves you, and nobody this or nobody that. And so Spirit had to work on you with your shadow work, self-identity, rebuilding you back up, and for you to believe that you are who you are, that you are. I am who I am, that I am her, I am he. And you had to really go through a deep cleansing, okay? A deep spiritual purification, not just a cleansing. You had to be purified. That means that Spirit is telling me you had to be sterilized. Yeah, because you was contaminated with all bad things for a lot of manipulation of, you wasn't worthy, you wasn't this, you wasn't that. And so you had to be sterilized and brought out just like a crispy white shirt out of the wash machine. So you were stripped of the old contamination into purification, into self-awareness, into self-identity, into the reflection of who you really are, the shadow work, the work you had to do on yourself. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all, but you done it. You know what I'm saying? As you pay attention to these cards, I look at these cards as this is the womb of a woman. Okay, this is the womb of a woman, and you had to go in and be rebirth, self-awareness, a spiritual purification. You had to be sterilized. You know how doctors had their bodies, everything, they had to go into a sterile. They have to make sure everything is sterile. You had to be redone. You know what I mean? And to build you back up to who you are. Let's see what happened. What caused all of that? What caused all of that? I feel like you could have had somebody in your life at one point in time that was very immature. You could have dealt with somebody that had a temper problem, that was very angry. This was someone that didn't care what they said or how they talked. This could have been somebody in a third party situation that treated you less than, and at the time you did not know your worth, and so you stayed in it. But this was someone that was very angry. This was somebody that dealt with a lot of inner things. Okay. And I feel like it's sad to love someone, to share love with someone, and they're so mean to you, or people being mean in relationships. And this person had a temper's in the reverse, angry, impatient, impulsive. Okay, very immature mind. This could have been someone had you in a third party situation that broke you down, made you feel like, you're not going to find nobody better than her or better than him, and, really broke you down. You didn't have a voice in this because, you really was in love. You was blinded by love. You thought it was love. It wasn't love. Love doesn't hurt, but you didn't know that then. Some of you could have been raised in childhood that you never had a voice in your childhood. You really never learned to never figure out your own identity, who you really were, as you was growing up. And then you end up in relationships with a man or with a woman that tore your self-esteem down, that really tore your self-esteem down. But now you have awakened. Now you are a Queen of Wands. You are in a happy place. You have awakened. You've done a lot of soul searching. Judgment call was on that, and you had to learn how to love yourself all over again. You had to learn your identity again. Okay, you had to realize that you had to know what your worth was. Realize what your worth was. Have that confidence back that I am love. I am of love. You know, I have people that love me. Okay, yeah, you was dealing with a king of swords. Oh my God. You was dealing with a king of swords in the reverse with the devil card in the reverse. You was dealing with somebody that was very mean. Could have been a narcs, okay? King of swords is somebody that's very, very mean. Also with the devil card, this could be somebody that like to drink, like to, and they would just talk to you any kind of way, very mean energy. And I told you that with the temperance in the reverse, impatient, mean, talk down on you. You was always guarded, always on your toes. Okay, yeah, this was definitely a lover you was dealing with, always on your toes. I feel like you walked on eggshells. You was always guarded around this person, and you went with this person. You was with this husband or this wife or this situationship, or you might have been a third party. You might have been the other person. I don't know how it go. Y'all have to reverse the roles how they fit in your life. But I feel like one day you release this stress that was on you, because this person wasn't a leader. Okay, this person never wanted to be in no stable connection. This person just came in your life to tear you down. Okay. But you ended this. A lot of y'all ended that connection. Congratulations. You ended that connection. You went through the dark night of the soul. And you ended that connection. You realize there's something better else out here for you. You did a lot of healing. I feel like you hit rock bottom. You left this person out in the cold, and you started manifesting something something better, and you were trying to manifest. This person was talking trash to you. This person had a foul mouth. They talked to you any kind of way. And this person, you stop being a fool, because this person just lied, deception, very deceiving. Okay, you could have been married to this person. If you wasn't married to this person, y'all slept up under the same roof. Yeah, I feel like some of you are now divorced. You're not with this person. If you're not divorced yet, you are separated. If you're not separated, you done moved out. Yeah, you didn't. It was hard for you to persevere through this. Yeah, this person had a cutthroat mouth. Okay, so I feel like this person mentally abused you. Okay, their mouth was very scary, very intimidating. They had a very intimidating mouth, and I feel like that could have been for some of y'all that broke you down, or you went you went through that in your childhood, that you had a father or a mother or a guardian that was very mean, that was very impulsive, very mean, talked to you any kind of way, broke you down. So some of you could have dealt with this in your childhood. Some of you could have dealt with this in your adulthood in relationships. But whoever it was, they broke you down because they were very mean. Very mean. I mean, talk trash, talk to you any kind of way. Anger problem, and I feel as though this person was doing all this because they had you in a third party situation, or they was drinking drugs or something, where this impulse is at with this temperance. They was just on, you know, out of control. Okay, out of control. But a lot of you have left. A lot of you are on the wheel of fortune. Okay, that's why I say you got the green light. Spirit guides is saying congratulations. You are on your own path now. Good luck, good fortune. A lot of beautiful things coming your way. This person that you was dealing with was an emperor in the reverse. They had a mental problem. They suffer with some type of mental. You have closed that cycle. Some of you have closed that cycle. It's over. You're in a new beginning. You're on your own will now. For some of you, this is past tense. For some of you, you're going through this now. For some of you, this is coming up in your near future, that you have closed this cycle. This person has a mental problem. You have the emperor in the reverse. They don't have control of their thoughts, okay? That's why they say anything and everything. This person wants to return for some of y'all. This person wants to circle back around. This person is in the energy. Some of y'all are still weak. Some of y'all don't, you need to get that confidence back, because if not, you're going to let this person come right back every time. And they're going to keep, this is somebody that you have a lot of history with. They're going to keep coming back and keep tearing you down. If you do not get out of this connection, they're going to keep tearing you down. It's going to get worse and worse, so that it's going to take, years for you to come out of this, losing your identity, because this person was manipulating you, okay? And so if I was you, I would not, make sure If this is someone that you're in separation, they're going to come back around. Some of you very still weak, but they still lie. Some of y'all still got that weak, that strength in the reverse. Some of you are vulnerable. Some of you are vulnerable. They they lie. You're not in communication with this person. Some of you still got to heal. Some of you still got to do some work on yourself, because I see some of y'all letting this person back in the door. This person is just here to breadcrumb you, treat you less than. I see some of y'all falling for this, but I see some of y'all have healed and got your identity back. Yeah, some of y'all are in the Empress energy, okay? Y'all done got your identity back. Congratulations. Some of you, you are still vulnerable, and I feel like you got to do some more healing. You got to get strong, get your identity back. Don't keep letting this person keep coming back and forth in your life, okay? You got to build that confidence up. Some of you are in a good energy. You close that cycle. You're on your path. Congratulations. You got the green light. You passed the shadow work. You did shadow work. You healed from your shadow work, and you are protected. Some of you, you're gonna have to leave this person alone. This person is very scary. Okay, the way that their words is terrible. Their mouth is foul. That's what's intimidating. I think that's what has some of y'all, or somebody. Remember, some of y'all are somebody. Also, cross watchers are watching too, that they may have Taurus in their sign, okay? So it could be a cross watcher listening to me, that, in order for you to move on, you're going to have to get away from this person, because I feel like this person is very intimidating. Okay, this person is very intimidating, whoever you are dealing with, and they're coming back around. You got the 8 of Cups here. Maybe within the next 8 days, 8 hours, they're going to come back around again, breadcrumb you again, treat you any kind of way again. Well, I don't know where that card went. Yeah, I see a lot of y'all, I see you done blocked this person. Some of y'all done blocked this person. Yeah, some of y'all made a decision. You made a decision to block whoever this is. You're not letting them in. You got locks on your doors. You blocked them on everything. You're not letting this person in. This person is this is not your wish fulfillment. I want to say this person is very dangerous. I mean, mentally. Okay, mentally, this person is very controlling. Yeah, a lot of drama going on here. Very controlling energy. Okay, this person don't want you, wants to have control over you, and you're gonna have to move in silence. If you're going through this, cross watchers, anybody got Taurus in there, you're gonna have to move in silence with this person, because this is a person like this, you don't know what they'll do, because there's a lot of anger here. Okay, a lot of anger, this person don't care how they talk to you. They're very intimidating, and everything. So if this is you're gonna have to get away from this person and move in silence. I don't care if it's to close on your back and just start over wherever you're headed. Please do so, okay? For the rest of you, you've done a lot of healing. You closed out this cycle. You have healed from your shadow work. Congratulations. You have the green light. You are protected. You have so much confidence now. You are very aware. You went through a spiritual purification. And I know a lot of you feel so refreshed now, so like brand new, like a brand new pair of darn sneakers or something, some crispy white shoes, a crispy white t-shirt, okay? You just feel so purified, okay? And that's what it is. You went through a spiritual purification, not a cleansing. This was a purification. You were sterilized because you were so contaminated in your mind, body, and soul. Hello, I'm positive thoughts and energy. If you made it this far, that means that your attention span has gotten longer, and please make sure you hit that like button, okay? I love you guys, but spirit guys had to remove all that contamination of a lower vibration of what this person abused you mentally and made you feel like you wasn't worthy of anything. He had to make you a fresh new you by sterilizing your soul, and now you have your identity back, but this time your identity is even more potent, that you are definitely divinely protected, and can't nobody try that again now, because the old you is gone. This is a new, sanctified, purified, spiritual person, empress, emperor, whoever you are. You passed your shadow work. Until next time, Taurus.